attention to what's going on or not going on with the team?
I mean, obviously, those are a lot of things that were, it's out of our control, right? We can't really control those things. He had the option to sign anywhere he wanted to, right? Obviously, we wanted it to be here, and he went a different direction. That's all right, but at the end of the day, we gotta, look at the guys that we have in here. Are we disappointed we haven't made any moves? Yeah, I think, as a team, we kind of look up there, and you're a little disappointed that, we let some of the guys that were a core group here, kind of go elsewhere. But at the end of the day, we can't control that, right? But we can control with the group of guys that we have here, and we're gonna go and get ready for a long season. I think that doesn't change, right? Our goal is still our goal, and our goal is to win a championship and win a World Series. So, come spring training time with the guys that we have in that clubhouse, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna battle.
All right. So actually, it happened pretty quick there. So yeah, I think Manny's speaking for a lot of guys in that clubhouse about just the lack of moves. Are we disappointed we haven't made any moves? Yeah. As a team, we do kind of look up there, and you're a little disappointed that we let some of the guys that were part of the core group here go elsewhere, but we can't control that. So, and that was the message with a lot of guys was we still got a good team. We still believe in the group of guys that we have here. I think Crony, when he was talking to the media, he forgot some of the guys that have left, like Donovan Solano, but he pretty much named like Profar, Higgy, Tanner Scott, guys like that. Yeah, they're not here, but we still got a lot of that group that was a win away from beating the World Series champ. We still got a lot of that group here. So we still believe in ourselves. We still got a good group of guys. Now, what I would say to that is, yes, Nando fully healthy. You got Manny who's healthy as well, not coming off the elbow surgery. You got Merrill with another coming into his second year, a year now under his belt, and he knows that he has a spot. He knows where he's going to be playing. Hopefully Bogaerts is going to be hungry to show that he is still a star caliber player at the big league level. But you got talent, obviously. Arise, with the pitching staff, the bullpen. I mean, the starting rotation, there are guys there still. King, and as of now, Cease and Darvish. That's a good starting point. And then with the bullpen, I think there are a lot of teams that would love to have some of these guys that are in this bullpen. Robert Suarez, Jason Adam, Jeremiah Estrada, Brian Hoeing, Adrian Morahone, who, by the way, is going to be in the bullpen. There was a question of if he was going to fight for a rotation spot, but that was said today by Mike Schilt that, yes, he is going to be in the bullpen. But there is a good group of guys here. But at the same time, the guys that do get mentioned and some of the guys that were talked about today, like Jerks and Profar, that was a huge piece of last year's team. And we can't sit here right now and say that the Padres are a better team or even as good of a team as they were last year. Because it's not like it would be one thing if Profar, he signs with the Braves, but then the Padres, they bring in someone else. That hasn't happened yet. That could happen. Preller did mention, I believe, in some of his comments, he didn't speak to the media, but he was at Gallagher Square. And part of his comments was like, yeah, need an arm or two, a bat or two. So he knows that they need to add, obviously, and he's looking to do that. But as of now, yeah, Manny is fully in his right to be disappointed in those Padres players in that clubhouse that were that close to going to the NLCS last year. And then if they would have gotten past the Dodgers, I think that they would have been in the World Series. They were that close. And so, yeah, when Manny's making all that money and he's in his prime and they haven't been able to get to that World Series yet, they haven't won the World Series yet, you've got this group of guys. You've got Merrill on his cheap deal as of now. You've got Cease and King last year's before free agency. Who knows what their future is going to look like? And who knows what the rotation is going to look like if both of them leave after this season? You should be going for it. And so if I was a Padre player and they don't know, they're like us, I assume. Maybe they know a little bit more, but I assume they don't know everything about how much money the Padres have to spend. Their job is to play baseball and be ready for the season. So they're probably looking at it like us, like, what are we doing here? We were that close. We're supposed to be adding to this team, making this team better. And instead, this team is not better on paper. This team is not the same on paper. I agree with Crony again, like I mentioned. He says here the majority of the guys who were on the team last year are coming back. That's true, but those guys that we have lost, Tanner Scott, huge. Jurickson Profar last year, his production, huge. Higgy last year, huge. That's 20 home runs that's gone. Profar's production, how are you going to replace that? Tanner Scott in the bullpen, how are you going to replace that? Is Rob Marinaccio replacing Tanner Scott? No, he's not. I hate to break it to you right now, but I'll just say it. He's not. So Manny's right. They can't control that. What they can do is be ready for the long season, be ready to compete, go out there, give it your all every day, be united as a group, all that stuff. But yeah, he's disappointed and we're disappointed, and we're still waiting to see what the Padres are going to do here. Dylan Cease, he may not be on this roster. I would not be surprised that if he gets traded, because the Padres, they want to be under that luxury tax, and if they want more flexibility to make some other moves here because they need to make more moves, then Dylan Cease is the main guy to trade to create some of that flexibility. I don't think Michael King's going to go anywhere. But yeah, I'm still sitting here after FanFest today, disappointed, just like I was yesterday, and have been pretty much this entire offseason with how things are going with this organization. Is this team still good? Like Crony said, yes. Are they still going to be a playoff contending team? Yes. But that shouldn't be good enough for Padres fans anymore. When we're making the postseason, I know it's a shortened year, but 2020 and 2022 and 2024, 3 of the last, 5 years. Hopefully we can make it again. When you're making the playoffs like that, and when you make the playoffs, you have teams that you believe, like, man, that was a special team, for the next year to take steps back like they have this offseason. So far, it's just really disappointing. And then, of course, you see other teams that are getting better that are also going to be trying to take a playoff spot from you. It sucks. So, Manny, I did like that he was honest about how he felt.